Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, the one and only Hosting Cruz, bringing you another exciting edition of boxing. Don't forget to hit and to like, subscribe to my channel. It's always greatly appreciated. Stay tuned. Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Hosting Cruz, and guys, I'm here to talk about a fight that took place on the undercard of Canelo Munguia, and what was a truly tremendous way to start a pay-per-view, any pay-per-view, on any card, guys. And this is a rematch from the amateurs where Stanionis defeated Maestre 3-zip back in 2016 at the amateur games. I believe it was 2016 or 2012. I believe it was 2016. And Stanionis won in 3-zip. Maestre had to go back home to Venezuela with a bad taste in his mouth, taking that loss, and was coming into this fight last night trying to get revenge. So it was a revenge or repeat type of fight, and Stanionis got, repeated the outcome, this time in the pro ranks and the paid ranks. And it was a tremendous fight. 15-0, 9 knockouts now. Alimantas Stanionis defended his WBA welterweight championship of the world in a 12-round slugfest, highly skilled slugfest, because these two guys weren't just throwing bombs in there, man. These two guys were throwing bombs and some. Maestre standing his ground, even though he was outgunned in this fight. He threw bombs as well, he threw big right hands, excellent body punches. Stanionis from the first round on, and Stanionis coming into this fight, he was out of the ring for 2 years, and he showed no ring rust. Coming forward, hands held high, and not just coming forward. He's coming forward with a thudding, powerful jab that was snapping Maestre's head back. Very educated jab, like a power shot. And once he closed that gap on Maestre, Stanionis didn't waste any time unloading big power shots. That big right hand, over the top of Maestre's guard, right on the top of his head, on the temple area. All night Maestre was taking some solid shots at the chin. Pretty solid chin he has. Even though Michael Fox dropped him in a fight that many thought Fox won. But this fight, besides throwing bombs and staying in the pocket with Stanionis, at the same time, the amateur experience came in where Maestre was boxing. So he was not just staying in the pocket and fighting Stanionis. He showed his jab, he showed his ring generalship, his ring IQ. At times he stood out at a distance and tried to taunt and try to do what he wanted with Stanionis. Try to bait him in and catch him with a counter shot, and he did that and put in excellent body work as well. So he wasn't just in there trading shots. He was in there trying to trade shots, but also be educated with his boxing. Try to be slick in there, try to outmaneuver, outsmart Stanionis, and he did at times. But Stanionis was just too aggressive, too strong, landing more thudding shots. He had the better of the exchanges, and Stanionis is a strong welterweight, very strong. And what's funny about this is when these two guys touched up in the middle of the ring, when the referee told them to touch gloves up, and go back to the corner, Stanionis was all smiles and all that. And when that bell rang, was a total stranger in there. Veins all over his arms, his head looked tense, coming forward and just trying to rip Maestre's head off. So it was a different guy in there once that bell rung. But it was a fun fight to watch. Lived up to expectations. I mean, yeah, because I expected it to be a firefight. Maestre is known to be in firefights. Against Devin Alexander, he wore him down with vicious power shots and aggression. Marshall, he spoiled Marshall's party. That was the last fight Maestre was in. He knocked him out in 2 rounds. And he did that with aggression and power shots. So he tried to do it again with Stanionis, but Stanionis was on a different level. He could not bully Stanionis. Stanionis bullied him. Good fight. But Stanionis had the better of everything, man, in this fight. Maestre falls to 6-1, coming in with only 8 pro fights. But that's due to the amateur career that he had. Extensive amateur career, decorated amateur career. And he can give anybody problems at 147. He can give Ennis problems. He can give Keith Thurman problems. He can give Ugas problems. He can give Barrios problems. That would be a good fight for Maestre after this. Like, it's not the end. Even though 38, he showed a lot in this fight. You know, Stanionis was just a better fighter, stronger fighter. Maestre versus Ennis. Maestre versus Mario Barrios. Maestre versus Keith Thurman. Even Stanionis. Stanionis versus Ennis. Stanionis versus Barrios. Stanionis versus Ugas. This, you know, there's a lot of fights that these two guys. There's a lot of fighters in the welterweight division. These two guys can go face. But back to the drawing board for Maestre. He'll be back. Stanionis on to bigger and better things. Probably unification with Ennis. That'll be a tremendous fire fight. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the future of these two guys, man. They put on a hell of a fight. And we're looking forward to see what's next for these two guys. Miracle Boy Boxing, guys. I am your host, Jose Cruz. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, ladies and gentlemen. It is always a pleasure to talk to you guys about boxing right here. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.